On the 13th of October 1963, the Beatles appeared on a TV show called Val Parnell's Sunday Night at the London Palladium. The Palladium was, and still is, London's most famous theatre, and it was regarded as a highlight of a showbiz career to play there.
What's up everyone, my name is Augustine, I'm a musician and this YouTube channel is dedicated to the Beatles. I visit very famous Beatles locations in London and Liverpool, so if you're interested in this kind of content, make sure you subscribe to this YouTube channel and you check out my other videos because you're definitely going to find them interesting. So in today's video we're going to visit the London Palladium in central London, the place where Beatlemania started. So we are here outside the London Palladium. The Beatles performed here on the 13th of October 1963. Although their popularity had been increasing steadily, it was after their performance here at the London Palladium where they captured the attention of mainstream media who coined the term Beatlemania to describe the scenes of screaming fans. This is a very popular theatre in central London, and as you can see right now they are staging Beauty and the Beast. The inside of the theatre is beautiful, so if you're ever around this area, make sure you watch one of the shows. Next door to the London Palladium, we got this building where Brian Epstein used to have his office. He used to manage the Beatles and other artists from this building from 1964 to 1967.
On the 13th of October 1963, the Beatles appeared on a TV show called Val Parnell's Sunday Night at the London Palladium. The Palladium was, and still is, London's most famous theatre, and it was regarded as a highlight of a showbiz career to play there. Sunday Night at the London Palladium had been going for several years, and was one of the most watched TV shows in the UK. On March 2nd, 1958, Buddy Holly and the Crickets appeared on the show, and very much influenced the youth of the UK, including John, Paul, George and Ringo, who were all glued to the TV that night. The Beatles' appearance on the TV show was very popular. About 18 million people watched the show. By then, the Beatles already had 3 #1 hits and have been on TV many times, but all on shows geared toward teenagers. The Palladium show was the first time they had been on a family show. They topped the bill on the show, which was presented by Bruce Forsyth. Forsyth whipped the audience into a frenzy by counting down to the Beatles' appearance. They sang From Me to You, I'll Get You, She Loves You, and Twist and Shout. They also appeared together with the rest of the cast right at the end of the show to wave goodbye to the audience on the Palladium's revolving podium. No film of the show remains, as TV bosses of the time did not think anyone would want to watch the performance of the Beatles after it was first shown. However, there is an audio recording of the show and you can find it on the link in the description. There is also footage of the Beatles coming out of the theatre, where you can see the streets were packed. The Beatles come out and there is no car waiting for them. They rush towards what they think it's a taxi, but it turns out to be a police car, and policemen would not let them in. Ringo comes out first, then the other 3 follow, and there is nowhere for them to go. This confusion was probably because the stage door is around the back and they came out of the front door. Maybe they did that on purpose, as the press was right there. Throughout the day, the theatre was visited by several hundred Beatles fans. Next day, all the UK newspapers were full of stories of the mayhem. Although screaming girls were a regular occurrence around the Beatles by then, the national newspapers had virtually ignored the Beatles and their fans up to this point. The Palladium show changed that. From now on, the Beatles were hardly ever out of the newspapers. A couple of weeks after the Palladium show, the term Beatlemania was used for the first time to describe the scenes that now greeted the Beatles wherever they went. The Beatles made a second appearance on Sunday Night at the London Palladium in January 1964, and, if anything, were greeted by more mayhem than the first time. They returned to the Palladium for the last time in July 1964 for a charity concert called The Night of 100 Stars.
So, this is pretty much it for now. Thank you so much for watching until the end. If you like this video, give it a thumbs up. You can also follow me on Instagram or Facebook. And the most important thing is, if you enjoy this content, make sure you subscribe to this YouTube channel and you check out my other videos, because I have many videos visiting very famous Beatles locations, like for example Paul McCartney's house in London or Abbey Road Studios, all the Beatles' childhood homes in Liverpool. So if you enjoy the Beatles as much as I do, you're definitely going to find this interesting. Thank you very much for watching until the end. See you next time. Bye.
Well, I'm afraid that's us run out of time.
Oh,
I'm really
okay.
sorry.
Oh,
So,
bye, everyone.
thank you very much.
Thank you.
If I give my heart to you, I must be sure from the very start that